Many people know Kidz Bop and how they've been recording and remaking popular songs into child-friendly annoyances. They've been doing it since 2001. I made a video about how Kidz Bop made terrible rock cover songs a few years ago. What many may not know, even those that are subscribed to this channel, is that I'm a concert and festival photographer with over 10 years of experience, because one of my passions in live photography led me to being hired out to being the grumpiest man in concert attendance. I got paid to see and shoot Kidz Bop live, and I was not prepared. For starters, I want to make this clear that this video is not for children. If you clicked on this thinking this was a Kidz Bop video made to entertain the young ones, you need to click on something else. Second, I was specifically asked before I got to work that day not to record any video. I was fine with that as part of the job. But then I found out I didn't need to because so many parents recorded it and other Kidz Bop live shows over the past few years. What is Kidz Bop Live? Literally what you think it is. They get some child actors, in this case teenagers or even older teenagers, to do all the songs and dances that are featured on the current run of Kidz Bop releases. Did you know that Kidz Bop was still releasing music every year, including 2025? I'm sorry if I just ruined your day, but it's important to know that for the sake of this video. A couple years ago, I made that video going through the history of bad rock covers by Kidz Bop through more than a decade of cheesy material. Kidz Bop Live is playing lots of current hits with changed up lyrics. Mostly. Sometimes. Okay. There are some songs that should not be done by kids or performed to an audience of kindergartners. That's the problem here. What you are seeing now is some of the footage found on YouTube over the last year or so of Kidz Bop Live at different venues. This live tour has been going for several summers now. They have a mascot who's a DJ, usually 4 teenagers lip-syncing everything, and lots of entertainment for the kiddos. And each venue has lots of alcohol for the parents. No joke, while I was walking around trying to get photos for the amphitheater, one of the staff members in charge who was escorting me around that afternoon got my attention and said, "Wow, look at the Tito's line." And I look over there and see the line for the bar was massively long, while the show was still going on and they were getting all the kids riled up on stage. This was a Thursday afternoon, early evening by the way, like 6:30 p.m., and parents needed to get their hard alcohol to get through this. Alright, so here's what some of you are interested in. What songs did they cover at Kidz Bop Live? For starters, how about Hot to Go by Chappell Roan? Some of you are thinking, what? And that's fine, that's appropriate. But others are thinking, how could they get away with that in front of little kids? Well, they changed enough lyrics around to make it a song about pizza. Get it? Pizza's hot to go. Hurry up, it's getting cold. That would almost be adorable if the stage actors at Kidz Bop Live weren't trying to still get all the little kids to snap it, clap it, touch your toes. I am a grown man in my late 30s. This was an actual day in my life being around that. You know what they followed up Hot to Go with? About a little Old Town Road. You know what came earlier in the afternoon? They took GAYLE's ABCDEFU, turned it into just ABC, and changed FU and made it into Forget You. But still kept most of the mean lyrics. After almost every song started, I looked around confused, saw tons of kids with their parents singing and dancing along, and then I look at the amphitheater staff escort who had the same confused look I had. I mean, at least I wasn't alone. Some of you might be asking at this point, did they really just record a watered-down, child-friendly version of all these songs and then make Hollywood teens dance to them on stage? My response is yes, and they went further than that. They are making full music videos to go with these songs for YouTube Kids. Think CoComelon, but not educational or enriching, and actively ripping off other artists and musicians, and making me worry for the child artists involved. These videos for the covers have been going on for years as well. Then, in the time between me working Kidz Bop Live and writing this video out, another cover got posted. Kidz Bop will cover anything to make money and get views and clicks now. They've adapted to the streaming and YouTube age just fine. Also, you better believe they'll do this one live. If you're wondering why I'm not screaming and angry about every little song that I've covered so far, I kind of got all that out of my system on the drive home as it washed over me what I just worked and shot and saw. It was a weird Thursday night. It really was.
I hope they play Hot to Go. This is a Kidz Bop concert.
I've made my point about Kidz Bop very clear over the years. If a song is so raunchy to cover that you have to change just about everything, it's not worth covering for children, because then when those kids hear the real version, it'll confuse them. If the song is already safe enough for Kidz Bop to cover, just play the real song for them. I know the point is to show kids having fun and hear the kids singing, but it's so unnecessary, and it comes from total greed going all the way back to 2001. The best example of this was the closer for Kidz Bop Live, a cover of Walk the Moon, Shut Up and Dance. That's a song that hit top 40 and was played everywhere in 2014 and 2015. Kids heard it back then, and I doubt ever wanted to hear other kids cover it. That leads to another point though. No one ever asked for Kidz Bop to keep going, but then you see the numbers Kidz Bop videos get online. It's being consumed on YouTube Kids and is a glorified babysitter like CoComelon. This is where I might confuse some of you watching now, but I don't blame the Kidz Bop Live program. I don't. This is a show for families and meant to entertain children. That's okay. The kids at the show I saw loved what they were seeing. The parents that weren't getting wasted were having fun with their children. Kidz Bop Live is not the problem. Kidz Bop music is. If you think Kidz Bop and the people making these covers as fast as possible won't stoop too low, just remember that they will happily have kids learn the safe lyrics to Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. Kidz Bop and all the manipulative, dirty tactics that were used to make their cheap covers is now a money machine. The only good thing about it is that there is a live family show that the kiddos can say was their first concert and it be a safe thing. At the show, one of the performers had a line say, "Raise your hand if this is your first concert," and a lot of little hands raised up. When those kids get older, they can laugh about it because Kidz Bop Live was their first concert, and that's really not a bad thing. What's bad is how soulless Kidz Bop is for what they are doing to music just to get kids' attention, and that came in real clear once I heard so many recent covers and how this is not going to stop anytime soon. This is the set list from the show I worked. Feel free to pause and take a look at what was pantomime to cheap beats with cartoon graphics. It was all lip-synced, everything. And 4 teenagers working their butts off to entertain on stage. This is now where I tell you the name of the tour was the Certified Bop Tour. I want to make sure this is clear before all the cheeky comments come in. The term bop has been drastically changed over the last couple years by TikTok. Bop is meant in the song form here, and that's it. It's not meant in any other way. If this video stays on YouTube, it'll be a miracle. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Do not in any way get mad at or blame kids on this. If kids got sucked into advertising for Kidz Bop, that's not their fault. If kids are listening to Kidz Bop or want to go see Kidz Bop Live, that's what they were programmed to do. Also, Kidz Bop Live is at the very least a good environment for families and for parents to bond with their kids at a live music venue. That's a good thing. Right? It bothers me though, because Kidz Bop music is so hollow and just flat out irredeemable. They use this music when they could just write original music for kids, make original content for kids, and not just rip off other songs and water down lyrics and make it very uncomfortable. I'll still get mad at Kidz Bop for making all the music. To say that some of the covers are bad is an understatement, and that it's aimed at kids is still unjustifiable? Yeah, that's the right word I'm gonna go with. Unjustifiable. Will Kidz Bop continue? Yes, it's a money-making machine now, and the music will keep getting pumped out into a digital processor with modified vocals from kids, and then they'll shoot a green screen video in a day to make $1 million. I really hope those kids get paid well for, a permanent record of performing on Kidz Bop releases. What's sad to me is that Kidz Bop Live has better turnouts than many concerts I've been to in the last few years. For decent names too, with radio songs and heavy music as well. Kidz Bop Live also has better stage production. This keeps getting worse the more I think about it. To reinforce the points, The problem is not Kidz Bop Live trying to entertain families. It's the Kidz Bop music itself and the extremely greedy people that make it for the means of profits. This is not like Miss Rachel trying to make something for children with good intent. Kidz Bop has always been about a fast, cheap cash grab. And they've grabbed a lot of cash. For my personal growth, as a concert photographer over the past decade, I've shot everything from Slayer, Slipknot, Rage Against the Machine, Powerwolf, to Kidz Bop Live. I mean, that has to put me on some higher echelon of range with what I've done in this field, right? Rarely, maybe once every other year or so, I'll get a troll in the comments saying I'm a poser and not a real metalhead. Most of the time I just laugh it off. But after this video of shooting Kidz Bop before I shoot Lamb of God later this month, yeah, it's gonna make things more confusing for people. Would I recommend Kidz Bop Live? I mean, if you have little kids that really want to go bad, you could do worse. It's innocent. Just bring earplugs and teach kids about the real songs, and when they're older, make sure they know what a pandering scam is, because Kidz Bop is still doing that. I will not be putting these photos on my professional portfolio. I don't think I'd be able to explain it well even with this video as a breakdown. Also, I don't know if this video will do well, so please hit the like button and leave a comment on what you think about Kidz Bop. The link to the previous Kidz Bop video and the awful rock song covers is in the description. Kidz Bop had kids cover some really questionable stuff and then change the lyrics to try to make it innocent. And then dance to it. Wholesome entertainment indeed.